Let me go ahead and turn that back on. So, welcome again. So glad you guys are here on time. I'm excited for you guys for tonight's session. Excuse me, I just want to make sure I'm letting scholars in. All right, so session number 7, baking basics. We have here for you guys tonight, Chef Michelle. You guys will not be disappointed. I'm super excited for you guys to get in your, get your hands dirty, hands in experience. You have another week of creating something from a recipe. I know you guys enjoyed last week with Chef Dre, and tonight you'll be making something sweet with Chef Michelle. So I hope you guys are ready. I'm here at the beginning just to remind all you guys of what our expectations are for each and every session. We ask that you have your cameras on, that you guys are participating. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, make sure you unmute yourselves and go ahead and share with us. At the end of each session, I'm going to drop that survey into the chat. Go ahead, click that link. Give us your feedback. Let's hear from you so we know how we can continue to support you guys for our future sessions when it comes to some of our hospitality and travel courses. So we're excited for you guys. I'm going to keep my eye out just in case we have some scholars who are still logging on. But I hope you guys are excited. Let me see. Yes, yes. All right. All right. With that being said, I'm going to pass it over to Chef Michelle. You guys are in good hands. Have fun tonight, guys. Enjoy.
Hello, everyone. Hi, how are you guys today? I believe we have Elijah, Eric, and if I'm saying it right, Kenlia. Is that how you pronounce it? Welcome. I'm so excited to be able to teach you guys today, or not even teach you, maybe just kind of guide you on
Kenley.
Kenley.
Hey, yeah, I was going to say that. Hey, Chef Michelle, can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry, I wasn't on in the very beginning. I'm sure Chastity went over this. Half of our class is in Jamaica on their internship right now. Okay. So just wanted to let you know that I didn't want you to think the people's not trying to come to your class. It's just that they're in Jamaica. So they might log on a little late.
They have a very valid reason as to why they're not here.
I appreciate that. That's okay. Thank you, God. Thank you for letting me know. Kinley, right? Kinley Knight. Okay. Welcome to Baking Basics. My name is Michelle Johnson. I have an aha moment. I know I was thinking about icebreaker because I always try to think of something to a message within what we're doing. So we are we're going to move a little fast, but the aha moment is maybe you have baked before, maybe you have always baked since you were maybe 10, 11 years old. But the aha moment is that there's always something new to learn. There's always a place where you can grow. When I was first in baking class, I thought I knew what I was doing with baking. And I had an aha moment because my cookies came out as one big cookie. And so my aha moment was, you don't know it all. And even if you make the best chocolate chip cookies in the world, there is a moment where you may have to listen to what the professor or the teacher or someone is saying to you so that you can learn something new so that those things don't happen again. My name is Michelle. I am a wife, a mother of 3. I am a salon owner and my major was pastry arts. I have one more class and I graduate the end of the year. A little background, I was a teacher's assistant for the director of the culinary arts program for a little over 2 years before COVID hit. And when COVID hit, we had to shut down and there you have it. I wasn't an assistant anymore, but I learned a lot. Along with that, I worked aside of one of my other teachers who was Chef Christine, who has a restaurant in Bordentown. And I learned a lot of bread making, how to make make bread and flatbreads and artesian breads from scratch. And I got the experience of working in a restaurant. So that was wonderful for me to learn. I have a lot of goals when it comes to wanting to bake. I want to have a cafe attached to my salon because I want that kind of spa feel. That's actually one of my bigger visions. So I thought I'd share that with you guys to let you know that, you know, whatever it is that you are trying to do or whatever it is that you want to be, you can be it. All right, let's get into this. So if you guys are going to bake with me today, I need y'all to do one thing. I need y'all to turn on your oven. I need you to preheat your oven for me real quick to 375. Can you do that for me? Okay. I went and preheated mine too. Okay. I'm hoping that you guys preheat your oven to 375. We're going to do a basic chocolate chip cookie. I mean, I guess it's not so basic because one wrong move and it could be, like I said, a flatbread chocolate chip. So I'm just going to give a few technical things. If you guys are, if you have heated your ovens, I just want to let you know about certain ingredients. Flour, of course, provides structure in pastries. Sugars add sweetness, flavor, and coloring. Eggs, they thicken, they emulsify, they build volume, they stabilize, and they provide color and flavor. I don't know if any of you have ever baked bread and used like an egg wash over the bread. It gives it a nice golden color when you are trying to make that bread look all delightful because we eat with our eyes. Butter and oil adds flavor, richness, tenderness. It adds structure to the cookies, cakes, pies, and pastries, and leavening agents. It adds volume to baked goods. Can anybody tell me what, when I say leavening agents, what I mean? I just want to see what you know, because I'm not going to be talking the whole time. Anyone? Anybody know what a leavening agent is? Nobody? Yeah, I think I got somebody. No problem. Thank you for joining in. Hi.
All right, you guys made it. Our scholars in Jamaica have logged on. Hi, guys.
Hi. Welcome, y'all.
Guys.
Hi.
Yeah, man. So we'll be on, we're all sharing the same computer because internet connection is really bad out here and we're only going to be able to watch and listen, but we're here.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so anybody want to tell me what a leavening agent is before I tell you? I'm looking for my video. Okay, baking soda, baking powder, yeast. Those are leavening agents. Okay. So I want y'all to.
Chemical leavening agents add instant rise and incredible texture to baked goods like cookies, muffins, and cakes. The real question is, what's the difference between baking soda and baking powder? Let's find out. They look the same, but there are some key differences that can make or break your recipe. Baking soda is a base. It's an alkaline compound called sodium bicarbonate. What you need though is an acid to make a reaction occur. To give you a bubbling reaction, you may notice recipes include molasses, cream of tartar, yogurt, lemon, or vinegar. Now we move on. It's a combination of baking soda and acid like cream of tartar and some cornstarch to prevent them from reacting together. It's an all-in-one leavening agent. You don't have to add anything extra. I like to use double-acting baking powder for extra endurance. It's going to create some gases when you mix it with moisture and then more when you bake it. Chemical leavening agents add instant rise and incredible texture to baked goods.
All right, so that's what those leavening agents are a big deal. So baking soda has alkaline in it and baking powder has acid. So in this particular recipe, we're going to be using baking soda because we want our cookies to spread. We don't want them to look like a biscuit. We want them to give us a nice round flat thing. All right, so I want to know, does everybody have their ingredients? I want to see. Did everybody scale out their ingredients? Yes, no? You could do a thumbs up or a no. Thumbs up? All right. So y'all got your ingredients, because in baking or in cooking, they have this saying, mise en place. That is a French term for everything in its place. So you never want to start baking without having everything that you need, you know? So if you have, it's important to make sure that you have all of your ingredients together. If y'all can see my other camera, or if you saw me before, I have everything measured out. You should have on something, well, for guys, you should have like a something over your head. You know, you ever see those chefs, they have the hairnet on, your apron on, and everything should be room temp. Okay, so the butter has to be room temp, the eggs, everything has to be in room temperature so that when you bake your stuff, your cookies, your pastries, your cake, it comes out good. Can anybody tell me what happens if the stuff is, if your ingredients are cold? Do you know? Nobody knows. What happens if the stuff is, if your ingredients, if the egg is too cold, or if the butter is too cold? Well, one, it won't mix right. I've tried it, it doesn't work. So funny story, I did a pound cake, and it was my first time making it, and it wasn't all the way cold, but it was cold enough, and I put it in there, and it looked like it was going to be the best batter ever. And when I cut the cake open, it looked like an oil cake. So that is not a good thing. You are not supposed to have a cold butter when cold butter, cold eggs do not go right in a baked good. So everything has to be room temperature. It must be nice so it can come together and mesh well together. Okay, so I hope that everyone has their ingredients room temperature. I pray that you have all of your oven. I'm not going to talk your head off because I want you to make sure that we get these cookies in the oven before we get on break. Okay, so measuring accurately. Did you guys measure in cups, or did you measure in grams? Did you look over the recipe? Do you remember? I'm gonna call on somebody since everybody want to act quiet. All right, where you at? Wait. I'm gonna call on you. Eric? Which one is Eric? I know y'all are brothers. Okay, Eric, did you measure? What did you measure in? Did you measure in cups, or did you measure in grams?
For the flour,
For everything?
I haven't measured with anything yet, but I usually in cups.
You usually measure in cups? Okay. Okay. So do you have your measuring cups and your measuring spoons?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. Okay, so measuring accurately is very important, right? I'm not at, okay, no problem. Measuring properly is one of the things that you must do. A lot of chefs, culinary chefs, don't like baking because with baking you have to measure things out accurately. Have you ever baked anything before? Have any of you ever baked a cookie or a cake or a muffin? Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
Yes. What have you baked before? Tell me what you've baked.
I help bake cookies
Mhm.
and a cake, a couple cakes.
Okay, you baked it from scratch or did you do box? How did you do it?
I so so usually for the cookies we do the box, and so for the cakes. But I think I helped make one cake, but I think it was from scratch. It was when I was way little though.
Okay, well, good. Okay, so you do have some experience with baking, and so you know that with baking you have to measure everything properly. I measure by grams, so I have a food scale. Do you guys have a food scale? No, yes. You can like shake your head no or do your thumbs up for yes. If you have a food scale, I measure by my food scale. You see this? Y'all looking? You see this? This is my food scale. So I measure by that because I wanted to get an accurate measure of the ingredients that I was baking with. Eye measuring will not do. So here's the thing about it. If you are measuring in cups, you have to make sure that every time you get that flour up, that it is measured properly. So if you have a cup like this, you see this cup? If you have this kind of cup, if your first scoop was to the top, the second scoop has to be the same, and it must be packed down in there. Because sometimes when you if you scoop flour or sugar, sometimes you can miss a spot and that will mess up your entire cake or cookie. So that's why it's good when you are baking to have a food scale. Food scales are like the bomb because it helps you to measure things out quickly and grams are accurate. I want y'all to check out this video about measuring. My apologies. I thought this thing saved my, okay, here we go.
Hi there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Fluff and Fluff Pastry Baking Basics. Today, we're going to be covering the topic of measuring and scaling baking ingredients, because scaling your ingredients accurately will be essential to your success in baking. So let's talk about the different ways you can measure and scale your ingredients. There's two ways to measure your ingredients, either by volume or by weight. Dry ingredients are made up of dry particles that may have air gaps in between. That air gap could be condensed and compacted, which changes the volume. For instance, when you measure 1 cup of flour, you don't know how much that 1 cup actually weighs. Say for one instance, you can scoop a cup of flour and pack it in real tight, and the next scoop, you don't pack it in as tightly. In the end, those 2 scoops aren't going to weigh the same, which causes inaccuracies and inconsistencies. However, if you're not working in a commercial bakery, you usually be just fine measuring by volume. Because liquids don't have this issue, they could be weighed in fluid ounces or by weight if you would still like. When it comes down to it, we all want to measure our ingredients precisely so that we have a better product. To do this, I always recommend using a scale like this one. To be even more accurate, I would recommend using the metric system like everybody outside the US does. For those of you who might want to convert your US recipes to a metric system, 1 ounce equals 28.35 grams, 1 gram equals 0.035 ounce, 1 fluid ounce equals 29.57 milliliters, and 1 milliliter equals 0.034 fluid ounce. Because grams are a lot more precise, if you start with a metric recipe and you want to scale up or down, it's not going to hurt the quality of the product as much as it would using ounces, which are a lot more inaccurate. For those of you who do want to use the US system, we'll go over some quick tips that are good to remember in the kitchen. For liquid measurements like water, milk, and eggs, 1 tablespoon equals 3 teaspoons, 1 fluid ounce equals 2 tablespoons, 1 cup equals 8 fluid ounces, and 1 pint equals 16 fluid ounces. For dry ingredients like sugar, flour, or any kind of powder, 16 ounces equals 1 pound. I hope this video gives you guys a better understanding of measuring and baking. If you guys have any further questions, don't hesitate to comment right down below or message me and I'd be happy to answer. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Fluff and Puff Pastry channel for more fun videos like this. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Yeah, so measuring is very important. So I heard you say, I think Eric said that you guys didn't measure out yet? Or are you waiting for me to measure it out? Do you guys have a food scale?
We have
You're gonna do teaspoon, revert back to what you got, but
You're gonna do teaspoons and cups?
yeah.
So did you look at the recipe? Did you guys look at your recipes? To see what you needed for your tools and equipment? Did y'all get your measuring cups and spoons, your mixing bowls, the whisk?
Yeah. We have the recipe.
honey, they do.
Okay. So let's talk real quick. I think we're gonna have to go on break in a few minutes, but let's talk about real quick about cookie characteristics real quick. Let's talk about crispiness. I don't know, tell me, what kind of cookie do you like? Do you guys like soft cookies, crispy cookies? I'm gonna make y'all talk to me today. Y'all not gonna be quiet on me. Do you like soft cookies, crispy cookies, chewy cookies?
I like soft cookies.
You like soft cookies? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, me too. I like them soft. I don't like them too hard. And that was Eric, right?
That was me, Elijah.
Elijah. Okay,
Yeah.
Eric, what kind of cookie do you like, Eric?
I like soft as well.
You like soft? Okay, and Kinley. Is Kinley on?
I like hard cookies.
You like hard cookies?
Not too hard, but like not too soft either.
All right, you like a good in between.
Uh-huh.
So it sounds like you like chewy cookies. All right, so the good thing about that is when we're talking about all of this stuff, that's how you know what kind of cookie you want to make today. So if you know that you want your cookie to be crispy, does that mean that you leave it in the oven longer? No. So if you want a crispy cookie, that means that you want you want to be low in moisture and higher in sugar and fat. And so you bake long enough to bake in the moisture. So if you want a soft cookie, you would do more liquid in the mix, low sugar and fat. Under baking can keep the cookies soft as well. So you ever had like Mrs. Field cookies? To me, Mrs. Fields underbake their cookie just a little bit too much. And you ever had that cookie? Well, I can't eat an underbaked cookie because it makes me feel sick because that means the egg is not cooked all the way. So, and I'm not putting them out there, but sometimes I just have to say underbaked cookies can sometimes mean that the egg is not cooked all the way. Then there's a chewy cookie, right? And then you got high sugar and liquid content. It's low in fat. It's a high proportion of eggs, but it's a strong flour or gluten developed during mixing. So a bar cookie, like, you know, brownies are considered bar cookies. So
My apologies. My battery died on my computer. I didn't realize. So brownies. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so brownies are a bar cookie where you would put bread flour in order to make a good brownie. And if you want the brownie to be more chewy, because we're talking about chewiness, you would have to have a nice amount of sugar, and the bread flour would have to be able to hold the brownie. So if you made a brownie with like cake flour or pastry flour, you won't get the thickness and the chewing the chewy part of the brownie. Chastity, I'm gonna need you to share my slides because my computer died and I don't know how to do it from the phone. But so bar cookies are harder to when you're biting into those, but those require a different type of flour as well. So, but with these cookies, we're going to use pastry flour because we don't want a bread cookie, right? We don't want a brownie. We want a regular cookie. Where are we at? So we want to make sure that our cookies come out the way we like them, not too soft and not too crispy, but just right. We want to make sure that they're nice and chewy. I want you guys to, if you can, I think we're going to have to take a break, right? Am I right? It's 7:02.
Sorry, I couldn't find the mute. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So let's take a break because when we come back, we want to get into the mixing. And while the cookies are in the oven, I'll finish my slides.
Sorry, I cannot find my unmute since I'm sharing the slides. But you want to take a break now? We can take a 10-minute break. We can come back at 7:13.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, scholars, we will be back at 7:13.
The right type of measurements, right? So I want y'all to, do you have all your ingredients? Do you have your recipe, number one? Let me see your recipe. Do you have it? Did you print it out?
I know it's hard for the small brothers to unmute because you guys are in the same space, right?
Oh, okay.
And so they'll get a
So
little
just give me a
feedback. So
thumbs
you
up.
guys can
Yeah.
definitely just give Chef Michelle thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up if you have your recipes. You can't do a bake without a recipe. Okay. So if you have your
we have our
recipes,
recipe.
you have your recipes.
Yeah, we have.
Thank you.
It's on my phone. I took a screenshot of it.
Screenshot. Okay. So do you have all of your measuring spoons and your measuring cups? Because we're gonna start putting things together.
Yeah, we already started doing that. We're rolling. Yeah, we jumped
Oh, I
ahead.
heard we're rolling.
You're rolling. Okay. Okay, you're rolling.
Yeah.
All right. So what do y'all have out together? Because I have everything meased out. Do you guys have everything meased out?
Yeah, we have the flour, we have the eggs, we have the vanilla extract and all that. Yeah, we have all that.
Okay, but do you have it measured out?
Yep. Yeah, we already put it in the bowl. So.
Okay. So you already mixed your ingredients, or are you waiting for me?
Yeah, we haven't mixed nothing.
Yeah, we haven't mixed nothing.
Okay, good. Okay. I just want to make sure because I want to bring you over to me so you guys can see me.
All
I
right.
have my little stand. Okay. So this is my little stand mixer. Are you guys mixing with a stand mixer or are using your good left and right hand?
A hand mixer.
All right. All right, let's go. You got a spatula? We're going to do this
Yeah.
together. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put our butter in. Okay. We're going to use this and we're going to put our butter in. Y'all put a thumbs up when y'all got your butter in.
But the butter's coming in a second. It's not ready.
It's not ready. Okay. I'll wait for you. It's no rush. I already put mine in. No rush. Do you guys like chocolate chip cookies or? Because I know some people like it and some don't.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. may I do like chocolate chip cookies?
Your phone is echoing.
That's okay. You can like do a thumbs up. I'm gonna stop asking y'all 1,000 questions. Whew. It get hot in the kitchen when the oven on. All right, y'all let me know when y'all butter is ready.
All right, the butter's in.
All right, so we're gonna go on a very low speed, okay? And we're gonna you got your flat beater?
Yeah. Yeah. Come on.
Do you have a whisk or a flat beater? Do you have a hand mixer or a stand
Yeah,
mixer?
we have this. See.
Okay, so I want you to be on low speed, okay?
All right.
Low speed, low speed. Don't do it too fast. All right, let's go.
Put down in there before you turn it on. Yeah. The first knock.
All right, this is exciting because we're making chocolate chip cookies. I hope y'all excited. I kid y'all. I want it to look a little light, but I don't want you to over whip it. You don't want bread cookies. You want regular cookies. Okay. You ready for the next ingredient?
Well, yeah. We're still.
Okay. I guess this is intense. Chastity, are you making cookies?
I am not.
I thought I
Next
was gonna
time,
have.
though. Next time.
I know Chef Andre not making it.
If I was actually in my kitchen and not in the middle of this storm in Costa Rica, I'd be making cookies with you, Chef.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Be safe.
Michelle, we
Yeah,
are
you're
really
okay.
all over the world right now.
I see.
Yeah.
Jamaica, Costa
Yep.
Rica. I ain't mad at
Yep.
it though.
This is what we do for hospitality and travel.
I
This
know
is what
that's
we do.
right. Guys, are you okay? Oh, shucks, I see some good butter. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be mixed and meshed in from the flat beater or the you guys have a hand mixer, so it's a little different. Don't over mix it. Just give me a thumbs up when you're ready for the next ingredient.
That's what we got so far.
Let me see. Okay, did you, oh, you already mixed the sugars?
Yeah, we already did everything. Yeah, we did that.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah. Oh, so I was thinking that y'all needed me to help y'all with it, and y'all beating me. Okay, well, I'm gonna catch up to y'all. So what did y'all do? Tell me what you did.
All right.
Here, the butter. We did the what was it? The vanilla and the eggs. Yeah, the eggs, and then the rest all came to fall into play, like the chocolate chips.
Y'all did the flour. What kind of flour did you use?
We used the pastry flour.
Okay, good. Okay. I'm sitting here thinking that y'all struggling, and y'all not struggling. So tell me, do you guys have an ice cream scoop, or are you going to use a regular spoon?
What's next?
What do you have now? Do you have your parchment paper and your cookie tray?
We're getting that ready.
Okay. So remember, mise en place, mise en place. Everything in its place, right? When you mix your chocolate chips, did you fold it in, or how did you mix your chocolate chips in? That's important.
We just mixed it in.
You mixed it in, like folded it?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I think I heard one of you guys say you wanted to be a chef. Did I hear that wrong?
Yeah, that was Eric.
Oh, Eric. All right, Chef Eric. Did you guys decide whether or not you were gonna have nuts or not? I didn't put nuts in mine. I was just wondering.
Yeah, we didn't put nuts in ours either.
Nah. I don't know if my kids like nuts like that.
Yeah.
Y'all like nuts, pecans, walnuts?
Yeah, we like all the nuts, but we just didn't put it in our cookies.
No cookies and no nuts in the cookies. Gotcha. Before you put it in the oven, I would like to see how you put your cookies on the parchment paper, please.
All right. Like this, Dad? Okay.
All right, we're putting it on the parchment paper.
The parchment paper. Are you using a cookie ice cream scoop, or are you using a regular spoon?
The regular
Oh,
spoon.
nice. Okay, make sure you space it out good enough so that when the cookies spread, it won't become one cookie.
Yeah, spread them out.
Like I'm doing.
You want more than one cookie.
And you get around the name. I know.
Yeah, so the cookie, the ice cream scooper probably would be better when you scoop it out. You won't have to worry about, because sometimes the tablespoon or the teaspoon could be a little much. It looks good. Trying not to make so much noise, but I want all my cookie dough. So depending on your oven, my oven cooks really fast. So you know how the temperature is at 375 and I said 10 to 14 minutes. Make sure that you know how your oven cooks. Because if it cooks fast, then you may want to do 10 to 11 minutes. It depends on what kind of oven you have. I found that out the hard way. Following recipes, you got to look at your oven temp because it's important to get it right. I think that's all I'm gonna get from there. Okay. Moving fast. Good. I feel like I'm moving slow. Nothing like some fresh baked cookies. Let me see.
All right, this is what we did.
Okay, make sure you spread them out a little bit because they look like they're gonna go. They're gonna.
You made some
They're
big
gonna.
ones. You made
You
some
made
big
big
cookies
cookies.
on this tray. Like I made some big ones. Throw the line.
Just make sure you spread them real good so that they don't run into each other.
This
I know
is
you
what
like.
our dad hoped this was this for this one. He spaced them up better than we did on that one. So
Very good.
he's hoping us not.
Listen, I ain't mad at
We're gonna
it. It
fix
looks
this tray.
good.
That tray is too much. Put this one in. Yeah.
Y'all ready?
Gotta
You're
work on
gonna put
that
them
one.
in. We put them in together, okay?
Hang on. Let me fix this tray. This tray is messed up. Yeah, Eric, I did that, but you know, it's all over the
So y'all
place.
both did your own tray of cookies? Can you see my cookies? Can you see?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you see how they're spread out?
Yeah. Hold on, let me
So
put
we're
my
gonna
onion
pray
on.
over these cookies. That they come,
Yeah.
pray they come out right. All right, y'all ready?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me put my
Alright.
hold it. Let me put the oven mitt on.
Yes, please. Don't burn your hand.
There you go. I got it.
All right.
You do one. You do one. All right. Here, hold the phone.
Make sure you set your timer.
Yeah. But she said
Get out the way
it's
so you can put it in. You take the top, he'll put the bottom. Hold it tight because it's heavy. Hey. Oh, he put his in too. I know. I need close it so I can get. Give me that. Give me that. There you go. Put yours at the bottom.
All right. There you go.
Good job.
Try not to
You
burn
have some big
ourselves.
ones on yours, but that's
And
okay.
listen, I'm not mad at it. That's you don't want to burn yourself.
Yeah.
You want your hands. You need your hands.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, now, how many? I'm gonna say
Depending on your oven. So you already know the minimum is 10 minutes, right? The maximum is 14, but depending on how your oven cooks.
12. Do 12 minutes. Timer 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Hold on, make some business.
Okay.
That's on my hand.
So let's put the
Timer.
timer on.
We're gonna put our timer on for 12 minutes.
Gotcha.
There you go. There you go. All right. Now it's just the waiting game now.
Just a waiting game, right? So if we could get that was our PowerPoint up again. I don't know where my battery died on my
Yes, let me
computer.
get that. Let me share that for you.
I don't remember. I think I was on the crispiness and chewiness, but I wanted to go to the next slide. Baking and baking temperatures, right? So we talked about baking and baking temperatures. Oh, yeah, no, not that one. So I don't know if you know anybody that is vegan or somebody that's allergic to eggs. There are so many alternatives to making a chocolate chip cookie, and I've done all of them. I've used applesauce. I've used a flaxseed egg, and that's nothing but water and flaxseed. And I've used a banana. And believe it or not, all of it tastes the same. You can't tell the difference, but it's just a matter of how you mix it. As I said before, you got to make sure that your whatever the ratio of the egg, it's a lot of math. So whatever the egg is, if it's 1 egg, then you do half a banana. If it's 2 egg, you do a full banana, but it all depends on what how many people you're baking for, how many people you have, how many servings you want to do. So baking is like this. If I decide, let's say, I want to ask you a question. Let's say I decide that I want my cookies to be sweeter. Like I don't like the recipe. Let's say I want more white sugar or brown sugar. And let's say instead of putting 150 grams of sugar, I put 200 grams. Can anybody tell me what that cookie will do if I do that? Do you know what that cookie will do if I put 200 grams instead of 150? Or 120, I'm sorry.
It'll be extra sweet.
And
It would take longer to cook.
no, it'll burn.
Yeah.
And it will spread like it will burn, it will cook fast, and it will burn, right? So that's why going back to measuring accurately, you have to make sure that when you are baking, that if you decide that you want to up the sugar content, then you have to up everything else. You got to up the butter, you have to up the flour, you got to up the vanilla, because the whole thing is about balance of flavors. Okay. Chastity, can you go up to 7? Is it 7? I'm just trying to see where I left off. Oh, down. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. And so we did the creaming method today. We did the creaming method, and that is, creaming the fat and the sugar, then the salt and spices, and we creamed it all together on a low speed because we don't want any gluten in our cookie. So if people tell me that they're gluten-free, I laugh at them because I'm like, well, if you're getting a chocolate chip cookie, unless they overmixed it, you're not getting gluten anyway. So pastry flour, cake flour, they have the smallest amount of gluten. And bread flour has a high amount of gluten. So with the stages of mixing, let's say you wanted to do a cookie where you just put all the ingredients in one bowl and you just mixed it. It can work, but there's only certain kinds of cookies that you can do that with. And I'm trying to make sure I can see this because this is really small. You see, I got my glasses on. But even with the one stage, or where you're putting everything in one bowl, you still have to make sure, thank you, Chastity, you still have to make sure that your ingredients are scaled accurately. Can you go to the next slide? Okay, then they have the sanding one. And this is when the cookie has to resemble sand or cornmeal. It's primarily mixed with a lot of egg because you want a cookie with fat in it, more fat and more moist. So those kind of cookies, I don't make those a lot. Then you have the sponge method, where you can use whole eggs or yolks or whites, and you have to make a soft peak. I know y'all probably don't know much about making a peak. Eggs can be made so many ways. So if you decide that you wanted to, I was asking you, did you fold it in the chocolate chips in? Because when you're doing this type of mix, which is the sponge method mix, you have to fold the eggs into the mixture. You have to fold them, so you have to kind of like stir it really slow, because you can cause the peaks to go flat and then you don't have a good cookie. So all of these methods, it's the same if you're making a cake. If you decide that you want to mix a cake and you want a kind of fluffy, tender crumb, you want to make sure that you're not doing a whole lot of stirring. You ever seen people where they mixing, and the batter, and it look like their arm gonna fall off? That is not good for a cake all the time. You want the cake to be tender. If you ever taste the cake and it just tastes kind of hard, and the crumb is not tight, that means they overmixed it. You ever seen those big holes in a cake? You're just like, oh, look at those holes. Well, that means they overmixed it, okay? So you got to make sure that you understand what you want to do. That's why I asked, what kind of cookie do you like? Whether you want it, whether you want the cookie crispy, whether you want it soft, you have to know what kind of mix you're going to do when you are baking. You have to plan what you're going to do and know what you're going to do is so that you can get the type of desired taste. Can you go to the next slide? Yes, do not overmix, take your time. So that's why I was telling you to do it low on speed. You know, make sure you understand that baking is time consuming. You can't just go whip something up unless you're gonna go get a box cake and then just put, you know, whatever you like in it. But you have to take your time with baking. You have to make sure that you are mixing and scaling properly. Once you have, as you can see, once you have all the ingredients scaled out, it doesn't take long to bake, but if you don't measure out right, you'll have to make the cake all over again. I've done that before. Next slide. So we did that. We did the prepping of the pans. We lined the pans with parchment. Cookies are baked at high temperature, as you can see, 375. And if you cook on low temp, it increases the spreading, and you might get a hard cookie. Too high, it decreases the spreading, and then you'll get a ball. So you want to make sure that your cookie has a proper spread, and you don't want no burnt cookies. Anybody like burnt cookies? I don't. Me neither.
No,
Okay.
I don't.
No, so you can't burn your cookies. So over baking can burn the cookies. So you have to watch them. So did y'all set y'all timers? Because it should be looking really good right about now. Next slide. Okay, so if you want to remember your recipes, it's good to write them down. Like if you see them online and let's say you see a recipe that you like, write it down, because you may want to add something to that recipe, but you have to know what does what. You have to know what the flour does, what the butter does, what the sugar does. You have to know what the eggs are going to do. And then you could kind of like, I'm not going to say bend the rules because I don't want to get in trouble, but then you can kind of like go with the flow of cooking. If you want your cookie to have a little more, if you want it a little bigger, like you said, I like big cookies. If you want it smaller, if you want it crispy, if you want it soft or chewy, then you have to know why you're doing what you're doing. That's the one thing about it. So baking is a science, but it's also math. So remember we were talking, so I had to look up your cup measurements because we do everything in metrics. So we do grams and we do ounces. And so you have to know if you go into like, Eric wants to be a chef, right? Or is that Elijah? Did I have it right?
Yeah, you got that right. Yeah, you got that right.
Okay. So Eric wants to be a chef, right? So Eric, if you go into school and let's say you get a recipe and they tell you that they want you to either double the recipe or cut the recipe in half, you have to know how to do the math to get the accurate ingredients and the amount, because sometimes we would get our assignments that week or the syllabus, and he would say triple the recipe, and I'd be like, oh my God, so you're losing your mind because you're trying to make sure that you have everything that you have. And so when we work for the school restaurant, it's all about speed. So that was something that I had to get used to. I had to be a little fast with my with baking. So my cookies are done. So it's very important to pay attention to knowing your math and science and how you're going to measure, how you need to measure what you're making, because you don't want to mess your goods up. So my cookies are done. I don't know about y'all, but I like light skin cookies. I don't like dark cookies. That's a problem, right? Do y'all like light skin cookies or dark cookies? I like.
Like it's like mix. It's a mix between of it.
Not too.
Not too dark, not too light.
Not too dark, not too. Yeah, mine's a little brown, but my first class, my professor told me that my cookies were too light. So she made me put my cookies back in the oven, and I was very upset because I don't like dark cookies. I mean, I have no problem with chocolate chip, but I just don't like them dark. So she was telling me that I had to do that. So anyway, I'm just, telling you my little pet peeve. But are you guys cookies done? Can I see them?
1 minute.
Yeah,
1 minute
look,
left.
I'll show you.
Like 1 minute left.
Can you see it?
1 minute left.
We got 1 minute left.
1 minute. Oh, good. Okay, good. So do you guys have any questions? Do you have any,
I do.
how do you feel about this?
Flour.
My dad does though.
The flour. Does it make a difference with flour you use if you can't find the pastry flour, like all-purpose flour? Which is better?
It does make a difference. All-purpose flour is good, but if you want, like I said, less gluten, you're gonna need pastry or cake flour because they have the smallest amount of gluten. Like you can't take bread flour and make a cookie.
Right. Reason I asked that, in our culture now, it's hard to find the things you normally need to work with. And sometimes you have to substitute some things, not you want to, but things are not accessible the way they used to be.
You're right. And so here's the thing. So I found a way to make a cake flour at home. And
oh, good. Okay.
So you use all-purpose flour and mix it with you scale it out.
Can you send that to them? What that would be?
Yes. And so do you
I'd love
guys
to have that.
do you guys have a sifter?
Yeah, this picture.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll send
I like
you.
making. Go ahead.
I
like making my own because I like making my own because what you buy today, you don't get your money's worth.
Yeah.
But in the kitchen, you can do your own thing.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So I'll send you the thing that I have to make a cake flour and a pastry flour, because at one point I couldn't find cake or pastry because in 2020 everything was everywhere.
Yeah, so. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do. So I had to learn how to do a lot of alternatives. So I understand that.
Right.
It's definitely it's important to know how to do stuff. And that's what I was talking about as far as even like alternative methods or alternative, if you run out of eggs, you can't run out of, you could always buy a banana, and you could always have applesauce or a flaxseed, the ground flaxseed. You could always make that in order to get yourself a nice cookie. So there's always something for something, if that makes sense. It's always an alternative if I'm making any sense. So
you make I know what you're talking about.
All right, we're getting the cookie.
You're good. They made them too big, but they're still gonna be good. Go ahead.
That's all right if you made them too big. I want to see them. Was this your first time making them from scratch?
Yeah.
Oh, good. So you're fine.
Get the other glove so it will weigh out. That's kind of heavy.
Just don't burn yourself.
Yeah. Get the other glove. Did it the first time. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, set it right here. Yeah, let that one go because that's underneath. Let that go just a few more minutes. That one on top. Just let it cool down.
Yeah.
They were a little larger, but considering they did it for the first time, it's okay. That's really large. Let them go just a
Yeah.
few more minutes. Yeah,
That's okay.
those are
There's
the
like, do you guys have a cooling rack?
Yes, we're gonna move it off so it can cool out. Take that off
Yeah.
there because they're gonna be a while. Yeah, move it over here.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah. What I want you to set it right here. Set it on that right now.
I'm gonna take that one out.
Yeah, set it right here.
Good. Okay. So yeah, let me take the phone off so I can show y'all my cookies. Okay. Where's my I'll show you my cookies. And they are
They
cooling
look
right
better than
now.
ours.
That's okay.
Those look
Well,
yummy.
This is what ours looks like because they're sitting in the windowsill.
They look good. Let's see, Elijah. Eric, let's see your work.
it's very good.
All right, look at those cookies.
They feel really good
Look
though.
at those
I gotta lie.
cookies.
Look good, guys.
I see the chocolate chips popping through.
Yeah. Very good. And
We had
listen,
our dad help us.
Long at all. It was easy and it didn't take long.
no, exactly. Exactly. Very good. So you proud of yourselves?
Yeah.
You should.
Well,
guys
it
do?
turned out, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not as hard as it may seem, you know? So and like I said earlier, the aha moment is even if you have baked 1,000 chocolate chip cookies, trust me, it's okay. It may be one time where you may not do so good on it, you know? So just remember that to keep an open mind when you get into if this is what you want to do culinary, but anything for that matter, just keep an open mind so that when people are teaching you something, a new technique with cooking, with whatever, make sure you keep an open mind so that you can learn what you can. I am going on 46 and there's still so much that I learned from different ones. And I have to make myself learn. Like, no, you listen and you learn from them. So you guys are young and it's good that you are teachable, but stay that way even if you're in your 40s and 50s, you know? So I'm glad that your guys' cookies came out really, really good. And I hope you enjoy them. I know my kids will enjoy mine.
They
Don't
are
eat too
low,
much.
but it's just
Any
Is it
other questions?
okay to do they need to cool off or can you take a bite right now so we can kind of get your feedback on how your cookie actually tastes?
I think let me see.
Yeah.
Let me just see.
I love to hear. We need to hear about this finished product.
Yeah.
It's a little bit too hot.
It's soft because it's still hot, but
Okay, all right.
I got a piece of it.
yeah, it just really
There we go.
How's it
Let us
taste?
know.
It's actually really good.
There you go. There you go.
Good.
Yeah, my
Good.
sister's gonna try a piece.
yeah. It's just you know how it is, Nice.
What do you
And
think?
it lets me know that you paid attention to the recipe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because
Alex
if
has a
you
good
didn't,
taste.
trust me, it would not look like that.
Yeah. Wait, my dad's gonna try it.
they're hot. They're good. Just gotta cool off and then you'll be fine.
Nice.
Good.
It's pretty soft because it's still hot.
Yeah.
Once they cool
It
off,
looks
well,
really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just take
Yeah.
a piece. Yeah. Oh, that
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
take a bite. Let us know.
What do you think, Zeke?
it's kind of
Oh, you
hot.
got no
Yeah. Good recipe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. It's just it's gonna fall apart because it's still hot, but once it cool off, it'll be fine.
And we still
Yeah.
have more extra batter, so we're gonna make some after this.
Oh,
Make some more.
nice.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Round two. Now you're familiar with it.
Multiply it times 4 so we can make a whole lot more.
See, we still have a whole lot left. Hold on. There you go. See?
Good.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
I think it's like 3 dozen. You get about 3 dozen servings. So that's good.
Yeah. With our big family, that would be enough.
I'm so
So,
proud of you guys.
thank you,
I'm
man.
so proud of you. Thank you for joining today. Well, I mean, this is y'all thing, but thank y'all for participating.
Yeah, this is fun. I liked it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could
good.
tell.
I'm
I
Yeah.
could
glad.
tell.
Yes, yeah, you're smiling, so that's a good thing. I'm happy. I like to see you guys
Yeah.
smile.
Yeah, I'm
Don't
good
eat too
that
many
the cookies
cookies.
turned out because it was our first time making them from scratch, so I didn't know how they were gonna turn.
So
Yeah.
all the
Mm.
scholars out here in Jamaica are very jealous that they didn't get a chance to participate with you, but we're and we just want to say that we would love to taste them when we get back. The end.
Absolutely. That recipe was shared, so everyone has access to the recipe. You guys are more than welcome to
We're gonna
conduct
eat
that
one for
recipe.
them. So.
Yeah, perfect it, right? Then you make it your own and let us know. Let us know how it tastes. I'm definitely going to try it. Michelle, I'll send you pictures when I make the cookies.
Good, please. Please. Yes, and enjoy. I'm excited. I'm glad. I'm so glad. Okay, I'm
Awesome.
done sweating.
Well, let me. Now, I don't want you guys to leave yet. Let me drop the link in there, Michelle. If this is
Let's see
all, if this is the end of the class. All right. Well, thank you so much, Chef Michelle. Thank you so much for all of the knowledge, your patience, and your wonderful recipe that I'm pretty sure we will all be trying over and over and over again. I can tell from the small brothers that it's on point. So thank you. Let me see. I'm going to drop the link to the survey in the chat for you guys. Hold on one second. Here we go. Please fill this out. Meeting group chat. All right, there it goes. Please
Hey,
fill it
don't
out.
forget tomorrow. Don't forget
Honest
tomorrow
opinion.
we're going to have a study hour tomorrow because on the 3rd you're going to be presenting your 1-minute social media video of the dish that you create, or you'll be making your travel and tourism outline and plan from start to finish. So if anybody needs some additional help, especially for my youth down in Jamaica, if they have time, we'll do the office hours tomorrow. Okay, so you should get an email about that, and we'll put it in the group chat. So if anybody needs any additional help to be prepared for Thursday, we'll have the office hours for tomorrow. Back to you, Chassie.
No, thank you so much, Chef Dre, for reminding us. Yes, you guys have the final project and all of the fun that we've had the past 2 classes. Please don't forget about that final project that everyone is responsible for. I hope you guys have been working on it. I hope you guys come prepared. Please come out to the office hours if you just want to run it by us. Have any questions, like Chef Dre said, we absolutely want you guys to perform at your best. So that's why we are here to help. Please don't feel like you are alone in this. We're absolutely here to help you guys in any way that we can. Does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns? If not, go ahead and complete that survey. When you have completed your survey, you are more than welcome to log off. We will see you at office hours, or we will see you on Thursday. Thank you again. Thanks again to Chef Michelle. I know she had to hop off, but thank you so much, Chef Michelle. And thank you guys for logging on, being on time, being present, and rocking out like you guys do every single week. We absolutely love working with you guys. So thank you so much. And once you complete your survey, go ahead and have a great night. We will see you guys. Thank you again.
All right, thank you. I just want to show you all the second batch real fast.
Yes,
This is how they turned out.
please. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, see? And that third batch, I bet, is just gonna, looks like it's getting better and better.
In the second. So, yeah.
Yes.
All
So
right,
you
see
definitely know
y'all,
your oven. So
tomorrow.
then just keep in mind how long it took you to make that batch. How long did you keep it in there? So you always know how many minutes to keep your cookies in the oven.
Yeah. Yeah. All right,
Oh,
I'm gonna
thank you so
get
much.
off now.
All righty, thank you. Kinley, are you filling out the survey?
Yes, But
Okay.
when I go to the survey, it says
Yes.
I'm signed out of it.
What does it say?
It's like I'm signed out of like my email.
Oh no.
And when I try to sign in, it's not letting me. I mean, it is, but it keeps saying that I'm incorrect.
Okay, if you're having a problem right now, I can try. I know we have your email. I can try to send it to your email.
Okay.
Erica, are you having a problem too with the link? Were you able to complete the survey? Or are you having problems opening the link?
All right, I'm done.
Okay, alrighty. Then Kinley, we'll make sure we'll send it out to you because there might be something going on with that link for you. Okay?
Okay.
All right, no worries
What
then.
time is the office hours tomorrow?
Chef Dre, what time is that for tomorrow?
6 to 7.
Okay.
Okay. I
Yeah,
have
6 p.m.
volleyball
Eastern Standard.
practice. I get out at 6, so.
Okay.
Okay, log in. We'll be there till 7. I might even stay a little bit later.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, you have a great
All right.
night.
You too.
Thank you. All right, Dre.
Rockstar Chastity, thank you. Internet coverage was spotty driving here in Costa Rica. So thank you so much for
Aw,
being there for me. I appreciate it.
no worries. I pray that the weather gets better and you guys don't have to endure a storm for too long.
Man, it's been going for 2 hours now, but hopefully it'll go away.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your night.
All right. Thank you, Chastity.
Bye.